In Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, sponsored by the Northern Alberta Radio Club, this is the VE6HM radio site. You can see we've got lots of HF stations set up, and we've got repeaters. Oh, here's Ray, VE6RHS. Ray looks after the repeater site, and with a little bit of luck, Ray will actually let us into the back room where the repeaters are kept. Here we go. Let's get back there and see what these repeaters look like. Now, it's a pretty sophisticated setup, and the club has been working on this project for many years now. Here's, first of all, take a look. These are all the coaxes that are feeding from all the antennas outside, the HF antennas, and they feed to the HF rigs that you saw out front, to all of the stations. Here's a bit of equipment sitting in the back, and well, here's a couple of Reslock duplexers. Here's a 6-meter duplexer, just a huge duplexer. This one, and then this one here is another 6-meter duplexer, even larger yet. And this is the D-Star equipment. D-Star equipment, the back side of the racks. We've got 1.2 gig data and voice, 70 centimeter voice digital, and 2-meter digital D-Star equipment. It's some of the latest and greatest equipment out there. This is the repeater. This is basically all repeater equipment. You can see the duplexers in the bottom of the rack. The duplexers in the bottom are for the 2-meter section of the D-Star. Then next to it, we've got more duplexers for our phone patch VHF. Whoa, look at that, the coax there, and that's quite some heliax. There's more 2-meter duplexers. Here's a piece of equipment, test equipment, for making sure that the repeaters are working properly. And more 2-meter duplexers. Here's one of our 2-meter rigs. And here's a 2-meter rig. This is a Motorola. Here's our 70 centimeter repeater. Got a couple of different repeaters, and here's a couple of controllers. This is what operates all of the equipment in this room, most of it anyway, most of the repeaters. There's a watt meter. We can use that for calibration purposes. It's not hooked in line. There's an old Kenwood 720 440 megahertz repeater. That's being used for linking right now. Here's our 6-meter repeater. It's an old Motorola unit, and we're looking to maybe upgrade it. It's probably one of the oldest pieces of equipment on site. And right up above it, we've got what appears to be an Alinco 440 unit, and then we've got a couple of Alincos, or a couple of radios back to back here anyways, that are operating on 220 megahertz. And of course the one with the fan is the one that's a transmitter. The back side of the rack, we can see some of the there's this back side of the 6-meter equipment, duplexer up on top there for 220. There's the back side of the Motorola equipment, and whoa, look at the size of that 2-meter duplexer. There's a couple of them there. You can see how much larger they are compared to the standard 2-meter duplexers that are located right here. Extra filtering is required for some of the frequencies that we're using here, because we have multiple repeaters and going up multiple coaxes, that sort of thing, and also to prevent intermod and things like that. So with that, that's the back room at the VE6HM site in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And if you'd like to know more about the club, visit www.narc, that's narc.net, www.narc.net.